It's alcohol, I think.
It's alcohol, and you think it's worth money, like how Tempus's bottle is. You're not exactly sure how much though. You didn't really deal with these kinds of bottles. There's 8 of them left. The shelves appear to show that probably like an extra 40 of them were here at one point.
Tempus, completely forgot you left this with me. Reaches into his bag, hands you a bottle of brandy.
Oh, Tempus slides the bottle of brandy back into a pocket as if it never existed again.
Easy to give it back once we find 8 more.
I completely forgot I had it. He did kind of turn into a cube while I was looking at it.
Well, we drink well tonight, seems.
I'm not sure. Might be poisoned.
Tempus admires the blood everywhere.
And as you walk in, you crunch in the glass. It seems that perhaps in the haste there is 2 smashed bottles in here as well. Perhaps someone dropped those.
Well, Thomas is suddenly going to take one of the intact bottles, hesitate, and take another one. Then he's going to leave.
I mean... yeah, I can load myself up in bottles.
Sure.
We'll grab one bottle.
You can easily take all 8 bottles of rare dwarven brandy if you'd like. Have them wrapped up in your backpack.
Sure, I'll take 5 of them.
5 bottles of brandy in the
water. 2, 5, 1.
All right.
I do it.
I'll add that to my character sheet. 1 bottle of rare brandy.
Rare dwarven brandy.
Yeah, it's important.
Best kind of brandy.
Just a taste of home.
For you, it's home. For me, it's a very strong bar.
Let us keep moving.
Maps. We should check the doors down here. They might lead into the treasury.
This, of course, also says treasure room.
And do I see anything on the door?
Oh yeah, it is trapped.
What about the stuff down here?
Just appears to be like a collection of papers, quills, pins, basically writing materials. Doesn't appear to be anything of worth on it, other than maps of the region.
Office
just
supplies.
Yeah, office supplies.
The Grimith.
There's not going to be a treasure here. It's going to be a note saying "ha ha ha" or something.
Probably.
So let's all go out of the room and let Tempus handle it.
It's a magical trap, correct, Grimith?
It's a magical trap.
Could Leon try basically just counterspelling it?
You could attempt. You could attempt to do that. You don't have the trap sense capabilities, but you may use an intelligence-based skill check using your magical background. These were likely designed by Barrick, the ice wizard.
The ice wizard. Interesting. I could put resist energy on myself before doing this as well.
It did deal cold damage.
You could
probably the best.
On it, just open it, right?
Tempus will just sort of stare at Leon as he has to himself. Do you really need me here?
You know
open all the doors.
So, Tempus.
Yes.
You go stand over there. This is gonna get cold very quick.
Tempus will go and stand over next to Thomas.
There you go.
Leon will go ahead and drawing a rune scented in ice in the air, binding it to himself using resist energy. Will go ahead and open the door.
All right. Resist energy is a daily for you, right?
It is a 16 plus
recharge. Okay. You can attempt to recharge it. We'll say after you're done with this hideout.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your intelligence-based skill check.
Yep. So I'm going to try dispelling it here.
That is enough to successfully fail to dispel the trap.
Excellent.
Explodes. And yes, the trap goes off. It's also worth noting as well that as Leon is getting hit by these, seems that these reset after every 5 minutes. This is against your physical defense, and it does nothing to you, not even miss damage.
And push door.
And the door is open. Let me go ahead and reveal.
Nothing.
Turns out that it's as Fargus thought. The room has nothing in it.
Well, why Leon's here?
Is there a note?
No note.
No.
That prediction was incorrect.
Well, then at least it could have been worse.
We could have
Fargus, step out!
Fargus, go away!
Dispel magic!
Fargus, I'm in my room! Go
Alright,
away!
go for it.
Nope. Natural 1.
He's in there, so yep.
Alright, that is
Let's go into-
enough of a spectacular failure that we're gonna say that this bypasses your resist energy then.
It just shattered that.
Yes, I'll go ahead and give it an attack roll. 16 versus physical defense.
Sure.
That'll be 8 points of cold damage.
That was an intense explosion.
Yes, as if Barrack's magic basically says, haha, fuck you, scrub, and... and you open the door. Yes,
Well, at least the door's open now.
the traps don't apparently reset until the doors are closed, and then they'll reset after like 5 minutes. So if you leave the
Keep
door
the door
open, we'll worry about it.
Yeah, just keep the door open.
Okay.
Oh, well, that was fun.
So you come out a bit more frosty than you went in? Like, huh.
I'm okay.
Alright. The room that Fargus is stepping into appears to have been the room of Rav himself.
Mm-hmm.
A rather large room for a decadent man. With rooms, doors leading out here. Scattered across the room, you recover 8 gold pieces, 12 silver pieces, and 7 copper pieces. A mishmash of coins basically scattered from the room that's over here, of this door,
Yep.
sort of like leading out. And as Dwohurim pokes his head in, this appears to have been a treasury.
God damn it.
I've added
we
the note
failed.
of money.
So, you will also find, as you look around this room, you will find a ledger on the desk, segregated by week for the past 3 months. Each page, a list of names with numbers next to them.
Oh.
A few names have no numbers, just a scratch mark.
Certainly keep that.
Well, yeah.
Are any of the names familiar? Like senators, maybe? Who knows?
Melkor.
Well, since you asked that question so directly, there's no need for a skill check. There is no senator named anywhere on them except for Crane, and he's one of those with a scratch mark. And he's on the page every week.
Uh-huh.
In addition, you recover a note that fluttered down from Rav's desk. And this is a long note, and MapTool doesn't do so well with the formatting, but we're gonna get over it anyway, because I'm gonna put it in here, and fuck all of you people. My lady, the note reads, everything proceeds as planned. The roads are under our control, we're strangling the lifeblood out of Foghaven, and everyone thinks it's the High Druid's doing. Merchants are paying us tithes, particularly that coward Crane, and we're flourishing under your wise patronage. We're ready to move to the next phase, albeit with one caveat. My informant tells me there's a new group in Foghaven, under the hire of Senator Cabot herself. They unfortunately survived the Wild Wood. I believe they're responsible for me losing an entire group out there. How should we proceed? The note was apparently unsent.
That seems like a good note to keep.
Yeah.
Well, my lady. Well, that limits who it is.
It sure does.
Finally, there's a small crystal orb, no bigger than your fist, left behind in one of the chests. It radiates a magical aura, but you would have to attempt to divine it using an intelligence-based skill check and a magical background.
I can take a look at it when we choose to camp.
Right.
which I think we're doing in here anyway. So
Yeah.
Is it
we
a
might want to
druidic
switch
item?
spots for it.
It,
Do I
probably
know what
not.
it is?
Probably not. You wouldn't
Alright.
know off the top of your head. Like, druidic items normally aren't like small crystal orbs the size of the fist. They
No,
take other
no.
forms.
I guess not.
It's clearly something that he didn't really care about that much.
Or a
So
trap.
probably like an old message or something like that.
Maybe.
The room to your north is actually one that the religious people, like specifically rather Thomas and Leon, who have backgrounds of the priestess, would be able to identify as an altar of Loviatar, mistress of pain, goddess of agony.
how do you spell the name for that?
Loviatar, mistress of pain, goddess of agony. And there are quite a number of torture implements in there as well as a little altar in the middle.
Haven't we heard that before?
No.
We haven't.
No, not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No one has plugged that name before, no.
All right.
Also, Thomas, as you're stepping out of the room, it's just a little bit of the light that filters in there. You catch the glint of something, perhaps a small coin, by the wall in here on the other end of the torture implements.
Well, I suppose that's worth checking out.
Of course, without...
I do need light in here. Someone.
Now the room is filled with strange purple lights floating around randomly.
It is another gold piece, and as you're poking your head around, it looks like the wall itself is propped open by the slightest of cracks. Of course, you can't see anywhere in there without a light.
Looks like there's a secret pathway here. Interesting.
It is very narrow in here. With wood on either side.
Anyone have carpentry?
Well, do you want Thomas to stop and widen the hallway or what? Give me a month and 200 gold pieces and I'll get this whole...
Sorry, we just spent that 200 gold pieces.
It's like
I could
harvest.
do it in a month.
There's a sharp corner, and the hallway continues to Thomas's south.
Please don't be lighting bolt trap.
We need slightly more if we're going to be able to...
That's
I can't
all I
move
can
south.
give you because there's a light source that's required. Like,
I literally can't move south. There we
there
go.
you go.
Go.
and to lead each other.
Like
should
Thomas
go
with
back.
the light there is the only one who can see around the dark corners like that. And it appears to Thomas, seeing as how Thomas has amazing vision, that there is another secret entrance of sorts, basically right next to where Thomas is standing here, that would lead you back into the treasure room.
How convenient. Let's see where it leads.
Imagine if we'd had this before we attacked him.
Oh, this
Taking all his stuff out right up behind him.
There you go. The
Is that a dead end or a
It's a
door?
dead end. That's a dead end. But this does terminate another dead end, but you can actually see a bit of water seeping through the wall.
Fire exit.
Oh, that's at least one of the secret exits, or entrances even.
Yeah, that's probably the one that the bandits talked about. I'm guessing at least.
It's possible.
Well, it's no use now, I would assume, unless we ever have to get back here sneakily.
I did think it would be underground and further
Yeah,
away.
that was my fault as well.
Regardless, let's continue checking the place. This cramped room. Wait, Tempus.
Tempus is stuck up here.
Yeah, come.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Asthma with light are like the most important tokens right now.
So yes, that room up there, altar to Loviatar, mistress of pain, goddess of agony.
Yeah, that's the room I don't like.
These doors that are to your north are opened already.
Look.
Rooms?
Appears to be a bedroom, in which you actually do notice on the bed in that room, Leon, a golden locket with a portrait of Rav left on the bed.
Ooh. Oh, I know who. Oh.
I need this.
I need this for a thing I'm doing.
This, to Dwohurim, appears to have been the wizard's room.
Oh, how nice.
Convenient.
Tempus, would you check this before I go in?
Tempus checks the door.
Doesn't appear to be trapped. The door is open. And
Yeah,
there doesn't
true.
seem to Tempus to be any traps in there.
Tempus, decides to take the first step into the room.
Doesn't immediately blow up.
Okay, well, there we go. The room looks safe.
Are any of his drawers trapped?
Take a look then.
Alright, there doesn't appear to be anything of particular value like it was recently ransacked in a hurry. But the bed is still there, along with the sheets. He even had sheets.
Oh, nice. Oh, Hume has sheets.
This is another bedroom. Does not appear to have anything of significance. Has the same effect. It looks like it had been ransacked recently. And this is the same. Ransacked recently, but the bed does have sheets.
How pleasant.
Guess just for order's sake, we should check out the southern part. We're probably
well,
going to sleep in this part up here, right? So,
Probably, because there are actual beds up here.
and there's not like gore everywhere.
Yes, we did not kill much up here.
I'd say Tempus is stuck here. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Tempus,
Come
wait-
on. Start moving. I'm going to guide you out.
It's fine. As you folks are stepping into the mess hall, it's Thomas who actually hears what he thinks is the sound of howling outside, even through the rain.
You
Wolves
guys locked the door, right?
must have followed us here.
The door
No.
was opened. Still open.
Close the door. Close the door, quick.
I've been in an adventure game before.
Tempus will run up to help close the door.
Alright, door is shut.
Lock the door.
Door is locked.
Trap the door.
With what?
Reinforce the door.
It's a sort of series of events that you need to do.
So there was loads of weapons in this room, right? We had them all carelessly bouncing above the door.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and reveal the rest of the fog down the south. It looks like those are bunk areas for the lesser banditry, with a lot of weapons, some tools, some minor effects, but nothing that you folks would particularly see of value.
Yeah, there's this room left.
Yeah, just one room left over there, and I'll go ahead and reveal that for you folks as well. It appears to be a torture room
Oh.
with a convenient disposable pit with a number of bones littering the bottom of it.
A murder pit, basically.
Yes. Yes, you moved into the darkness. Asthma man. Good work.
I can't risk him because I don't know which darkness he's in.
Saved him. Follow me.
So you guys, you want to go up away from the rotting, up to more like nice smelling area?
So I suppose we just eat well.
Oh, fair. We grab food.
Yes, you
We
most
go up to the
certainly
bedrooms. We eat.
All the food. Like,
Can. All right.
there's no need to
Go ahead and
like
put yourself.
save any.
Go ahead and put yourselves in some rooms then.
I think I'll take this room here.
I think we should realistically. God damn it!
Right, you guys, follow me. Marching order.
You think we should realistically what?
Probably stick together.
We're in the same
Yeah.
hallway. The worst thing that's going to happen is like what happened yesterday.
Like
Well,
we
no.
shuffle all a bunch of beds into the one room kind of thing and have a sleepover.
Sure.
Sleepover?
Thomas definitely agrees that.
Yeah, we'd
should
use a larger
stick
room, I
together.
feel.
Yeah, like this one.
But on the other
Right.
hand, he would also like to put the bodies at least into more dignified positions instead of splattered against the walls.
Right, you
I
can
mean,
do that.
so-
I will be here on my bed, divining Divining
Dark.
everything.
Oh,
1 second.
thank you.
Yes. And yes, the night exploration was a necessary feature of this, because you folks chose to go here at night.
I perfectly approve, because I've never seen MapTools the like feature actually used before.
And there you go. Go ahead and I won't bother, like, moving, like, beds or whatever. You folks can certainly arrange beds, if you would like. Manaki, why don't you go ahead and give me an intelligence-based skill check using your magical background? Okay.
Better.
This crystal appears to be, and Dwohurim has had cause to see these before when he was in Horizon. This is an emergency communication device. It is attuned to a person. Whenever you use it, and it's a one-time use thing only, you smash it on the ground, and the person to whom it is attuned receives a summons of sorts. And should they agree to it, within a minute, a sort of like a projection of themselves, a like translucent version will form where the crystal was smashed to converse with whoever is there for 15 minutes. At which point that person will end up vanishing, though they may choose to leave prematurely for whatever reason. And it's a one-time use thing, obviously, because you have to smash the crystal in the process. But it's attuned to a person in particular. You don't know to whom it is attuned. The only way for you to realistically find that out would be to smash the crystal on the ground.
Let's not do that now. I have a feeling who it might be.
Okay. Now, as I know that you are all cautious people, who undoubtedly will wish to keep watch over events, I'm not going to make you all roll perception checks, because honestly, I don't know exactly when this will end up impacting. So instead, during the night, I'm going to roll a 1d5. 1 will target Dark, 2 targets Sheep, 3 targets Asthma Man, 4 targets Gryph, and 5 targets Manaki. And the person who's rolled, that event will happen on their watch, and I'll ask for a watch check from them. The answer is 4, Griffin God.
Okay.
Why don't you give me a keep watch skill check using your wisdom and something that you would basically use to help eliminate the tedium and boredom, a background as you're attempting to watch over things.
Okay. Well, tedium and boredom. I imagine he'll have pulled out something to, some cards or something that's in his pocket, and he's like shuffling them away and just sort of sitting, just listening and things. Does that count, Trickster of the Dice, to keep himself awake and conscious?
Sure, I'll say that you can use your Trickster of the Dice background.
Okay. 1d20 plus 3 for wisdom plus 5 for the Trickster.
Okay. It is then, long, or sort of like into your particular watch. You actually hear the sounds, and there's still heavy rain outside, so sounds are muffled. The sounds of very, very quiet walking out in the hallway, as if there are entities who are intentionally trying to be sneaky, and due to your incredibly perceptive capabilities, you have heard them.
Leans over. I imagine, I'm hoping we locked the door.
Sure, the door
Tempus
can...
would have locked the door.
Yes, the door can be
Obviously.
closed and locked, yes.
Tempus will, look around and flick some things over towards Thomas and Leon and Fargus and Dwohurim's too far away.
You can wake them up, though, with a little noise. You can hit them with something.
Yeah, he's trying to wake them up.
If you just wake Leon
With
up, you
your
can just create
wrench.
dancing lights around the room that annoy people.
Oh, sorry, I was in a dream.
That's what, Tempus will warn Leon first, and just sort of in a sort of gets up, in an attempt still shuffling the cards in his hands, and maybe whistling to himself, because if things are sneaking, they know they're there, so he's going to make it look as if he doesn't realize they're there.
Sure.
So he's going to continue shuffling the cards, and he's going to walk up, and he's going to stick his hand over Leon's mouth. And as Leon wakes up, Tempus, finger to his mouth, and he points to the door and makes a walking with his fingers gesture.
Means go out in the hallway quietly.
Leon,
And Tempus will sort of walk around the room, and he'll start doing this and to each person in turn, trying
Sure.
to wake them up quietly to alert them that someone's outside walking.
The very gentle steps are slowly getting closer.
And Tempus will sit down, get himself prepared. He'll assemble the crossbow on his arm, and he'll get his wrench ready.
While shuffling the cards.
While shuffling cards, he's quite a talent.
Go cover.
Leon will have a very dim dancing light in now, and apparently in a nice crimson red glowing near him.
The sounds appear to be in the hallway just outside the door.
Thomas will motion to Tempus that perhaps we should just kick open the door.
Tempus nods,
It's locked.
and he'll look down, and he'll slowly turn the key in the lock. Very slowly, very. We're talking.
Why don't we get a dexterity-based skill check from here?
How slowly can you turn it?
To try and ease the sounds of this to
Sure.
make sure that you don't create any undue noise.
Surely that's sleight of hand and trickster of the dice.
Sure.
In an attempt to keep it
Sure.
quiet. +5/+5.
We'll say that you do manage, you think, to have a quiet sound.
And he braces himself. He looks to Thomas, and he raises his finger in his free hand with the rust crossbow. He goes 3, 2, 1, boom.
Kick.
These creatures are not surprised, and that's because they have an ability called Life Sense, which makes them aware of living nearby or far away creatures, no matter what. But that being said, you have opened the door into bestial, dog-like looking things with no skin, basically as if they were skeletons, only they are dog skeletons. And that is most certainly going to necessitate a roll for initiative.
I don't need you to explain anything, narrator, but would it be safe to assume that Leon has seen these before?
No, it is not safe to assume that. If you had triggered on the Lich King, then yes, I would have definitely given you this, and there would have been no need for a perceptive check at all.
Interesting.
I'm going to tell you now, Tempus will have never seen these before in his life.
These things are...
However, you make an intelligence-based skill check using a background that might deal with undead.
My forbidden knowledge of
And
the...
you too, Fargus.
Order of the Twilight Cross. Seems apt enough.
Yes. Okay, from what little Leon knows, and Fargus do as well, they're certainly undead. They have that power which makes them aware of living nearby or faraway creatures, and you know that they, and not all undead share this, they're actually resistant to negative energy.
Ooh. That's going to give me a fun time.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and roll initiative results, and I'll keep that separate for them since it's all one enemy type. I'll go ahead and assign them numbers so that they can be effectively targeted, the labels, and I'll go ahead and roll initiative for them. We'll see my hot hand in action. It's a 17, that's a 15, that's a 13, and that's a 10. No hot hand at all. Those were all rubbish results. The last guy rolled a 1 on initiative.
I just want to know, Fargus, how would you have 30?
Asthma Man rolled a 20. He has apparently a plus 10 initiative modifier, supposed 4 for dex, 2 for level, and 4 for improved initiative. Is that right? Asthma Man, you're muted? You're away?
Ah!
Moon!
He's dying,
yeah,
apparently.
that's right.
Okay. Well, Fargus, you're up.
Yep. I'm gonna cast Spark on the one I can see, which is Lich Hound 3.
Okay. Go for it. That is a miss.
2 damage.
That will deal 2 points of lightning damage to it. Oh, the excitement, the intensity. Tempus,
Yeah.
it is your turn. Gryph, you're muted as well? Or are you just being quiet?
I was doing some scat.
Alright.
Microphone wasn't approving of it. Oh, hello. Apparently the microphone definitely isn't approving of it. It nearly hit me in the head.
Okay.
Okay, so Tempus will dart out towards the Lich Hounds. From the so I imagine it's just like a beam of light.
Yes, just a bit of beam of light in the darkness.
Let's try something interesting. Leading strike. There's an enemy. It's not taking ongoing damage yet, so 1d20 plus 5 2.
It bleeds bone marrow sheep.
Oh,
That is a hit.
Sweet. 2d8 plus 5.
15 points of damage.
Roll 1d4. It takes 2 ongoing damage.
Okay, let me go ahead and factor.
No, wait, no, sorry. It was not an. It wasn't even an attack roll. Sorry.
Right, it wasn't a natural attack roll. Got it.
Yeah, sheep, I knew your question before you asked it.
20. Okay, that creature is not staggered. It's now this Lich Hound's turn, who you can just see over here, who will, as a move action, and I'll go ahead and make this look prettier, he'll move to fucking engage Tempus.
Hey, buddy.
And he will attempt to bite Tempus with his Soul Render Bite. That is a 19 versus your physical defense.
Shit, I really should have taken that feat.
That is 10 points of damage.
Yeah, down to 19, and I'm staggered.
I believe your soul has been rendered.
You down to 19, you didn't use any of your recoveries after the first battle then, huh?
I used one, because I went down to staggered from a trap.
Right. Thomas, it is your turn.
Oof. No light, but Tempus is in trouble. Let's go here and engage. Well, as many as I can engage.
Sure,
with.
you can engage both of them.
And then spend a standard action to just do this.
Okay.
To see what he can see, which is not much because light.
There's two of them right there in front of you, and then off in the darkness. And this, even with like the lighting, is still like a shadowy area because there's only dim lighting here. You think there's two others in the darkness.